welcoming to the show, it's Tom Lumley from Tom Lumley and the Brave Liaison. But you're by yourself today, so I'm guessing you're not so brave.
Not so brave today, no.
No. So you
I'll try my best.
wouldn't take the Rock on in an arm wrestle.
No, I don't think I fancy an arm wrestle with the Rock. No.
So how are you doing though? How are things?
Yeah, really good. I mean, obviously lockdowns and stuff, but as good as can be. Still here and healthy, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, and you guys seem to be being quite active, even though we've had a year of nothing. You guys seem to have been pushing forward and been doing quite well for yourselves as well.
Yeah, it felt like we had a lot of momentum just starting as everything went boom, bang, and wrong. But we'd already announced an EP, and with that EP being announced, we decided to still stick with releasing it. It was in like the first month of the first lockdown. And it just went really well. So we decided we just needed to carry on trying to do as much as we can. It's obviously hard, but luckily as bands, we all have social media these days, and we've tried to make the best of that.
I was going to say, because there's a lot of bands I've spoken to. I know you know Crystal Tides as well. They were kind of in that same sort of pattern. They had this real good momentum going, and then nothing. But they've continued same sort of path as you guys, really, as well. What have you found most difficult as a band for the last 12 months? Because you have been active and you have been doing things. What's been the most difficult thing for you?
I think probably the most difficult thing for us as a band is we're a band that really thrive off of playing live and seeing a real life audience in front of us. So we've been writing all this music and releasing music and not always being able to play it live to people when we want to, which is kind of the best thing about it. Is you get this track that you're so excited to share with everyone and play it live and hear their opinions like face to face. Yeah. And I think that's gone. So having that gone has definitely been a hard for us. Not in that I guess it has affected quite a lot because we tour so much. Normally we are building a fan base through doing that. So it's affected that slightly, but it just feels weird. Yeah. That's probably the biggest one.
Did you get to do any socially distanced gig? Did you do the festival? I think I saw your name on a lineup for a social distance.
We did a few things. We did like a little run of 4 or 5 garden shows. So we did 2 in like pub gardens, 1 near us and 1 in Leicester. And then we did, I did like a little competition to play at like a fan's garden, and they could invite whatever the limit of people was. We were allowed, I think it was 30 at the time or something in the space. We did like little garden strip back sets, and that was really cool. And then we played a couple of socially distanced festivals as well, it was nice to have. I feel very fortunate that we had some sort of live shows in between it all.
Yeah, something you can mark off as this is what we were doing in this madness.
Yeah, literally. It feels like, there was not a lot of opportunity, obviously, to get out and play live, and we managed to do that. So, that was cool. Just still wasn't as much as we'd like.
No. I think the one, it's going to sound quite weird, but like the one positive, I think, for bands like yourself, the ones that were just starting out, just with that momentum that was getting moving, with the lockdown, is it's almost giving you time to kind of, because you're not playing live so much, to do the boring admin side of being in a band. And I've noticed you're getting a lot more radio play, like national radio play, like all that stuff takes time and effort. But when you're already gigging all the time, practicing all the time, I think those sort of things get pushed to the back burner, because where we had this time, I think it's kind of, has it helped at all? Like, I'm trying to find a positive in the last 12 months.
No, definitely. There's been loads of positives for it. I think for me personally, we always tried to be as active as we could on social media, but it definitely gave me more time to sit down and work out what we could be doing to improve what we were doing on social media. Especially with Twitter, that was kind of like a minefield and something I'd never really looked into that much or tried to improve. It's mental on there. And it feels like over the lockdown, we've built up a little fan base on there that going to be new people at shows when we come out of this. So it's definitely had its positives. We've definitely been writing more than we normally would. We always constantly try and keep on top of writing and making sure that we are working on new stuff to keep pushing forward. But obviously having all this time, we've had so much content between us, loads that's gone in the bin, which is good because you need to get the bad stuff out for the good stuff to come through. So yeah, there's been loads of positives. I think as well, at the first lockdown, it gave us a second to really step back, and we were kind of in a rut maybe of just write a song, record a song, release a song, tour a song, and it maybe gave us time to actually sit back and realize what we'd achieved already. Not that we've achieved obviously anywhere near what we want to or what our goal is, but take a step back and see some of the awesome things we've done, like play at Maida Vale studio session for BBC and Isle of Wight festival. These are all bucket list things for us, and I think because everything was so chaotic and going so fast, we maybe didn't take it all in as much as what we would have liked to. So yeah, lots of positives from weirdly being in lockdowns.
Yeah. See, I was going to ask about the Maida Vale because I've been there once. I went there for a rock show special, and just stepping into the place, it's just like hallowed ground.
Man,
and that was just I was just going to see it be filmed. But how was it to actually play there? Like, you know, the likes of the Beatles, Frank Sinatra, all those sort of people that played there. You're like, yeah, cool.
It was absolutely mental. I mean, our guitarist Jake hates early mornings, and we had to leave at like 6 a.m. and even he was like so excited, and I was like, I've never seen him like this even in the daytime. So but no, like you say, you just walk in there and it's got an aura about it. You can just feel it's mad. And we stepped into the room, and it was the room because there was a couple of live sessions being recorded that day, so we didn't know which room we were going to be in, and I wanted Studio 4, I believe it is, which is the one that they always use for like Future Sounds Festival that they used to do, and from Radio 1 and like the live lounge and stuff. So I'd seen so many favourite bands in there, like Royal Blood, and wanted to record in that one, and we got put in that one, which was so cool. I just remember walking in there and just thinking, like, we're actually doing this. This is mental. And then our local introducing girl, Ellen Ellard, who's amazing. She's from BBC Introducing Cambridgeshire. She came with us, and I just remember being stood in like there's like a little waiting area where you could get like a coffee and stuff. And the guy that was recording us, the engineer, I just remember her saying to him like, "Oh, what's your favourite thing that you've done then?" And he was like, "Oh, I don't know. I've done a few cool things. Probably the best one was when I had to record David Bowie headline Glastonbury for the BBC. And at that we hadn't recorded at that point, and I was just like, oh my God, what has he just said? I was like, he's going to think we're rubbish.
I mean, I don't want to say it, but when you compare to Bowie, most people are like, oh, it's Bowie.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, when he said that, I was like, oh my God, this guy's been everywhere. He's done some serious stuff, and now he's about to record us. It was, surreal. Definitely surreal.
That's when you go, scrap the cover, guys. We're not doing Space Odyssey now.
Yeah, Wonderwall's out the window.
For people who haven't seen you, what would they expect? Like sound-wise, how would you describe yourselves?
I'd probably say it's like an alternative rock, really. Now, we were kind of always. I would have said we verged between like indie rock, and then since feels like when we released the EP at the start of the first lockdown, that was when we really found our sound, and we've definitely gone down the alternative rock route. I imagined kind of like the Amazons or that sort of feel. So from a live show, just very energetic. I think all of us move around quite a lot on stage. We look like we've had a shower by the time we come off of it, which is a good thing. It's cool. I think that was just growing up. I always, like you say, going to see a live band, you want them to be as good as the record, and I always buzzed a lot off of bands that put their everything into it and had energy on stage and moved around. So I think we kind of do the same. Luckily, the boys are all of the same kind of mindset, which is nothing against artists that prefer like do you know what I mean, like a softer stand there kind of vibe. But we're quite energetic. I think
it so also depends on the act.
Yeah, of course. Like you wouldn't expect to go and see Ben Howard and see him like standing on top of the drum kit, would you? Or exactly exactly that. Yeah,
actually I now want to see Ben Howard headbanging to Only Love.
Yeah, I'd pay good money to watch that.
I'm so hopeful for the summer and some festivals because I missed them so much last year.
Definitely. I mean, I like to think I'm quite optimistic, but I'm feeling positive about it. I feel like we'll maybe not early on straight away, but I think come August we'll hopefully see some festivals.
Yeah, that's kind of
fingers crossed.
That's where I'm at, because I know there's people that are announcing like shows like the week after the 21st. So I'm just like,
yeah, I know. Yeah,
that's true optimism. That is
yeah.
glasses full.
We have actually been booked for a show on the 21st of June, and it's kind of like it was an offer that came to us, and we said, like, at the end of the day, it was not a headline show for us or anything. So it's not like we got a big issue with rescheduling or something. We just kind of said, yeah, okay, we'll play. But we're all a bit like, oh, I don't know.
See, that's brave.
Yeah, that is very brave. I needed the voice for that one.
Yeah, so obviously you've got this all coming up. Also, you're doing Home Fest for Voice FM. We probably should mention that, because I'll get told off otherwise.
Definitely.
And I should definitely check. What day are you doing? Is it the Saturday or the Sunday?
It's the Sunday, the 4th of April. Yeah.
So are you doing it acoustic, or are you doing full band pre-record? How are you doing it?
It's going to be acoustic. Yeah. Just between now and then, we haven't really got. I'm not going to be able to see the boys properly to get it done. So yeah, acoustic set. It's what I've been doing with a lot of the sets we've done in the lockdown. I've done a few online streams and things like that, and it's quite nice. I've definitely seen a different side to the songs, because some of them had literally just started as a song on an electric guitar. So taking it back to an acoustic was nice. Yeah,
see, I do love the contrast you get when you take a song either acoustically and turn it into a full band song, or vice versa. It gives it a new life almost, and a new meaning sometimes as well.
Definitely. And it was like I'd kind of turned the songs into what I'd done with them for the live streams, and then in the summer, when I said we had a few stripped back sort of sets in people's gardens and stuff like that, added like the band elements to it, and keeping it stripped back and pretty acoustic was really cool. That was, I think we actually learned how to play our songs better, because it wasn't just like full out rock noise that you could kind of get away with just smashing away at it, and we were actually listening to what we were doing. I think we improved as a band together, which was cool.
Yeah, you can't just disguise it with some distortion.
Yeah, exactly that.
Chuck some more cymbals in, they won't notice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you couldn't get away with it. It was like everything that went wrong, they'd hear it. So yeah,
that's the headline for COVID-19. Well, it improved our songwriting, so we can actually play our own songs.
It was amazing.
Randomly as well, I want to know, this is what is your favorite tattoo you got? Because obviously I can see you've got a few tattoos. What's your favorite one?
I'm gonna talk about this one. It's maybe not my favorite. I don't know what my favorite would be, but I'm gonna talk about this one because it means a lot to the band. I've called him Stanley. He's called Stanley the Stag. And basically we record, our guitarist Jake, he runs a recording studio called North Acre Studios. And that's his full-time job. He's a producer there. And it's basically where we do all of our kind of demoing of the tracks and where we record our songs. So I got the stag from his studio logo so I've always got a piece of what we've done on my arm. So that's probably my favorite for the meaning of it.
See, I'm kind of like that. All of my tattoos have got like meanings, even if I'm like, yeah, well, I know.
Yeah, exactly. It means something to you. I've got some that people kind of take the mick out of me, but it means something to me.
Yeah, we've all got one of those. Everyone's got. Yeah, you've got tattoos. If you've got more than one, you have at least one. Tattoo. What is that?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So obviously we've got Homefest coming up. Then hopefully we will be seeing you live with Callum at the 1865.
Yes.
It's so far away now. This is also, I think, about the 10th time it's been rescheduled, this Callum show, and I'm just because he's like, I don't want to do. He didn't want to do it socially distanced. He wants to do the full bang, which is what we're hoping for. It's going to be.
I don't blame him.
No. Yeah. It will be. It will be a very good gig. But
it will.
Your first gig back on the 21st. What is that first song you're playing? What's that first song you're going, yes, come on, riff. What is our biggest riff? What is going to punch people in the face to welcome them back to this venue?
I really don't know. That's such a terrible answer, but because I don't know if we'll open with what we've kind of done recently, or we've got a lot of new music, so I don't know if we'll try something brand new to open with and just be like, see how it goes down. First track, something new, people haven't heard, bang. I'm not sure. I'd like to go with one of the newer tracks because there's some really big riffs in the new stuff. So I can't say much about them because they've not been announced or anything yet. But yeah, we're going to go with a new riffy track.
A new big riff in your face, which is
Yes.
what I want, really. I want to go to show, and that the opening chord, if it doesn't make me shake through just like the sheer weight of it, I'm like, no. I've waited like 12 months of this. I want to be hurt by the noise coming from the speakers.
Definitely. Every amp turned up to 11.
Yeah.
It's got to be done. First show back, the sound engineers are going to hate us.
Right, well, thank you so much, Tom, for your time. It's been awesome chatting. Hopefully, we will see you soon in person.
Definitely.
With the Brave Liaison, and we can have a fight and see who's the bravest. Not me. I'll run away.
Yeah, probably me as well. I'll run away.
Right, it's been awesome chatting. Cheers, Tom.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Cheers.